Hey everyone, welcome to 247Confess, episode 2. Good morning to everyone. It's about 6:30 a.m. in my little neck of the woods here. And I will be taking calls and live text chat here in just a few. So let's see. So my confess this morning is I've just been so busy getting all of this up and going. And yeah, I have a confession that I feel like it's not even close to being ready. I say it's like, oh, I'm so ready. But is it ever really ready when you're a team of one? I'm going to work out here in a little bit just to get everything going. So I'm definitely recording this a little bit sleepy, though I did get up at just an hour ago, but still. So my new gig is, talking with people full time, whether it's via live chat, text chat or phone. And I'm just like really super excited, but nervous at the same time because I'm really not doing anything else money wise, business wise, except for my 24/7 confess. Well, I am doing my poetry and all of that kind of stuff on the side, but as a lot of poets out there, there's not a whole lot of money to be made unless you are really selling some books and doing some other, things. So, but that is a major passion of mine. So I guess that's a fun confession is that in my private life, I am a poet and I write the worst poetry, but it's so much fun. And so I actually have a kind of a mini podcast on that. And that's my side gig. But, it's mainly for fun. But so what I do for money. So a lot of my listeners, a lot of my followers want to know, although most of my in-person friends know that that's what I do. I talk to people for money. So I bring all of my work experience, all of my business experience, which all kind of happens to kind of go together. And that's like in the fitness field, which I talked about in the first episode. So in the fitness field, yoga, meditations, and all of this. So I have plenty of experience under my belt exchanging my information, which I consider for the most part valuable, where people would pay me per hour for my, fitness services and, all of that. So I'm bringing it to the podcast and the phone and the live chat platforms and just really kind of transforming my in-person business to a media platform and just seeing how everything will work. Because this is my new full-time gig and I know I'm going to starve for a while, but, sometimes you have to take a risk, to kind of get into what's happening right now and the way people are delivering their experience, delivering, their expertise and what they have to offer. So this is really going to be a trial and error thing, but I will make it work. And there is enough business out there for everyone. So your business could be the most amazing idea, but if you're not promoting and marketing it correctly, you're not going to make a whole lot of money. So that's the trial and error part that I am going to run into some bumps with because, 99% of my business model has been in-person training people, yoga teaching, and all of this in person. And I even overlap into the new age stuff like tarot cards reading and all of this. So I'm kind of, I guess you would say, a total mind, body, spirit practitioner. So, teaching personal training and then doing the yoga. And then I would go to coffee houses and read tarot cards and do really fun, like, go to these coffee bars that were kind of a combination of coffee by day and then coffee wine bar at night. So I would read in these places a couple of times a week. I'd have my poster up and everything saying, hey, I'm going to be here and I'm going to read your cards. And I did handwriting analysis, all of this combined with the tarot card readings and, just a lot of really fun stuff. So I like to dabble in some really cool things. And so what I have found over the years doing all of this in-person stuff is that it all comes down to, I'm a huge people person. And I find myself in these groovy little spaces because I'm attracted to life. I am attracted to people, psychology, sociology, what makes people tick. So whether they come to me for fitness or they come to me for, to have their cards read, is so much fun because I feel like people just kind of spill their guts. They think, oh, like when I was a trainer, people would talk to me about, their relationships, because I have these forever clients, right? So just one or two or three or four or five sessions, they're talking with me about really some personal stuff. And, in between our working out sets. And so I really kind of became, friends with a lot of my clients, and they would really open up about a lot of stuff. And it's funny because it's I'm a personal trainer, but they're talking with me like I'm, like I'm their, psychoanalyst or their psychologist or, and then it kind of overflowed into a life coaching energy and aspects. So, and then it eventually turned over into card reading. And what I found with the card readings at these coffee shops is, literally you lay out your table and I read at this one particular coffee shop, which was the first one that I read the cards at. It was a Greek coffee house. And the vibe was so old world, you know what I mean? The music was amazing. It was just kind of gypsy-ish, if you want to call it that. I really felt the vibe was amazing. So I put up posters literally 3 or 4 days before my very first night reading there. And it was a packed house. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get through all these people in about 2 hours? I had scheduled myself there. I was there 5 hours, and the saying, time flies when you're having fun. That's exactly what it was like. I had no idea. I thought, I'd have a few guests, at my table, but it was nonstop, people waiting in line, and I had the most fun, laughed a lot, and, and then people really opening up. Some of it was a little bit serious, what they would bring to the table, but for the most part, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of laughter and, people coming in skeptical. And I'm like, okay, you guys, listen, if you're skeptical, that's fine, but loosen up, open up, and just kind of take the message, take what you want from it, take what kind of feels right, what feels good to you, take the parts that feel positive and inspirational, motivational, take all of that and kind of filter out all the rest that you feel like, doesn't kind of make sense to you or, whatever. So that's the great thing about, a reading. What I like to tell everyone is just that, is you don't have to take it as written in stone, because a lot of it may not even make sense to you or feel right to you or feel like it's even, relevant or relating. So just kind of filter that through, and just kind of take what feels amazing and work with that. So that's what I like to do. So I don't like to say psychic, readings, because that kind of opens up kind of a different, there are lots of psychics out there that are happy to do your readings and such like that. And I've worked for, a psychic platform and absolutely love it, because again, I love interacting with people. And for the most part, people really do just want someone to talk to, and they want kind of some insight and advice and sometimes opinions and all of this, because perhaps they're just like overwhelmed with an issue, a relationship thing, a job thing, and that type of thing. But, you could reach out to psychics. That's fine if you kind of want some answer to come out of the sky and, and that type of thing. And sometimes it does really hit the nail on the head, which is super, super great. But if you're wanting more of an interactive approach and kind of a mentorship type of approach, which I feel like is really healthy, because this way it gets you thinking for yourself and it gets you finding solutions in your dilemmas and your woes and your problems and your issues. And it kind of gets you thinking, with a new perspective. And, because it is all about perception and looking at things in a new light and looking at, the positives that are there in your life and focusing on those as opposed to the not so positive and trying to work things out, because sometimes you can, get a little overwhelmed with all of the, crap that's going on. But if you could just, just kind of see that little glimmer of light and work with that. That's what I like to shoot for with the readings and such that I do. So when people call 247Confess, or now I have live text chat, which is great. So when people call in or live text chat, I just want everyone out there to know that you could bring all of your confessions, however silly, however fun, however hideous, or out there, or serious, whatever you want to bring to the table. There's not too much I haven't heard. And, I've helped so many people get through, a lot of things. And of course, I want to say that this is for entertainment purposes only, though there is a lot of life coaching aspects in here. And, and that, but I do have to say entertainment, because a lot of people do come in and, it's like, some of the things people say, well, literally, you will die laughing and roll out of your chair, and it's pretty funny. But for the most part, it is supposed to be helpful. Okay. But, with all that said, just bring me what you got and let's, we'll work it out. So, yeah, what was I saying? So that's what 247Confess is all about. So as I roll out more activity on my socials, which is Instagram, Twitter, and my Facebook page and TikTok, all of that is 247Confess. So you can catch me there, and I will interact with you before you actually want to do a paid, live text chat, before you want to do a paid phone call with me. You could interact on the socials, and then you can decide if it's worth paying for. So thank you again for tuning in to 247Confess, my little podcast. Have a great day.